Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, and Mikey is not here once again. He has set sail on the shores of the sandy seas of tiredness and sleep deprivation. So I'm joined by a man who's never been sleep deprived once in his life. It's Mr. Jason. Hello, Jason.
You do realize I've had a child, right?
Jason the well-rested. Jason the sleeped.
Okay,
what's the reverse of deprived? Engorged? The sleeping gorged.
I'll tell you what, I would not mind spending my life sleeping gorged. That sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it? You're like, do you remember the really fat vampire from Blade?
Yes.
I bet he sleeps very well. And I bet he's very comfortable as well, because he's basically his own giant pillow.
Okay, now I will, again, someone with a child, but also someone who is far more overweight than they should be. I've come to the conclusion...
I don't think you're Blade vampire fat, though.
Not quite, but I will say, if it's bad for me, I can only imagine him. I will say, as like, probably because I get older too, but it's hard to get comfortable at night once you get to a certain size. It's not easy. So not only because I have a child would I consider myself sleep deprived. I've also just done it to myself that I'm sleep deprived. So. Yeah.
I think we need to start like reinventing what beds are, and instead we need to go in like vat tanks, so then we can be comfortable.
Yeah,
you get a little oxygen mask, and you just go to sleep and float in the water. Maybe you get some little gloves for your hands and your feet, so they don't get all wrinkly as well.
So basically, a Bacta tank from Star Wars.
Yeah, or you just get like fluid that doesn't make yourself wrinkly, because maybe that'd be better. Like an anti-wrinkle fluid that you can just bloop in.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wake up like a prune. That wouldn't be fun.
No, yeah. By the time you get out of bed, you're like a raisin in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, you then have to take a shower to like plump back out again.
You have to unhydrate yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Wouldn't
Bring
that be
yourself
funny?
dry.
No. You know what you do when you get out the Bacta tank? You go onto the machines from Star Trek Insurrection. You know, the ones that stretch your skin.
Yes.
Those things. Yeah, there we go. Easy.
The Baku.
The Baku.
Yes.
They were terrible. The idea behind them, I'm not too bad, but they had some 90s fashion, even though the show was or the movie was not from the 90s. It was early 2000s, right? When was it? 2006? Earlier?
No, I think it was early because Nemesis was 90, or no, not Nemesis. Sorry, First Contact was 96.
Oh, fuck off! Really?
So 98 for Insurrection.
Really? Wow. Oh well, it is 90s fashion at the very least.
Yeah, for sure. Because the first
Wolf gets a pimple.
I mean, and we've said this before. Boy. As much as it's not our favorite, not our favorite Star Trek movie. It's the movie that most resembles an episode of Next Generation. So it's very. Yeah,
it was 100% similar to Descent.
Yes,
the two-parter with Lore and Data. You know, it's like that. It's like okay.
Yep.
It easily could have just been an episode of the show, and that's fine. It's not a good two-parter. A fine one. Yeah. We're not here to talk about Star Trek, though, Mr. Jason. We're here to talk about Transformers. Yeah, Transformers. Robots that convert from one form to another.
Yes, they don't. They don't transform.
Maybe they don't even convert. I suppose it depends what the license says. Like maybe someone holds the term convert. I don't know at this point.
That's true. Yes.
I don't know. We're going to start off, Mr. Jason, with third party as usual, and I'm going to tell you about Dr. Wu. Oh, again. He seems to be pooping out a load of stuff. We got the DW-E16G Soundmaster, which is, of course, the obligatory Golden Lagoon version of Blaster. Was Blaster in the episode of the Golden Lagoon? I don't think he was, right? No, he couldn't have
Soundwave.
been.
Soundwave definitely was.
Yeah, Blaster wasn't though. Surely. I think this is just an easy repaint, which I wouldn't be shocked about. If you didn't know, Dr. Wu makes the Extreme Warfare line, which is a Micromaster scaled figure line, which ranges from about 5 to 6 centimeters tall, which apparently go really well with Titan class figures. If that's what your collecting scaled needs, I guess this is an option. And if you were like, man, I really want a golden version of Blaster, well, here it is. He's not completely gold. He's more of a biscuit color. Or a cookie color, as Jason might call them.
Sure, yes.
Because we had a biscuit here called Golden Bar. And they were a biscuit that very similar color. I'll see if I can find the Golden Bar biscuit, so you can be like, oh yeah, looks similar. Looks similar.
So I don't think you're insane. Okay, yeah, that's true.
I mean, you'll still think I'm insane. However, oh, there it is. Man, that takes me back. Golden Bar, McVitie's Golden Bar. I wonder if they still sell them. I don't think they do. Maybe they have too much. Are you joking? It's too big for Discord. Oh wow, it's because it's a 4080 by 2564 image. That's a bit intense.
That's that. I mean, if you want to see all the nooks and crannies of your biscuit, yeah, that's one way to do it.
That's intense. Okay, well we'll try hopefully something a little bit smaller. There it is, Golden Bar. Enjoy, Jason. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're insane at all. That is the exact freaking color of his inner thighs and chest.
And if you notice the wrapper is the rest of his color.
Oh, okay. Is Dr. Wu British? Because holy shit.
Yeah, he has the color scheme of the actual chocolate part of the bar, and then the rest of it's the wrapper. If you were interested, it's not a consistent gold. Which I'm not sure why maybe it's to make it more interesting visually, but hey, goes nicely with the Prime, I guess. I don't care about these at all, but I guess if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound when you go for a Golden Lagoon, potentially. Jason, do you like the Golden Lagoon?
I mean, because recently, the recent years, we've seen quite a few, we have MP10 and the gold and everything like that. I don't think they look good at all. I will say though, I'll give Dr. Wu credit. I think breaking it up with the color scheme a little bit here actually does work well with this. So it looks better than the official toys, which that is common for third party nowadays. As sad as that may be.
Sure.
But yeah, Dr. Wu, if you listen to this show or any shows, you need to make a biscuit that transforms into something, because you are missing a perfect opportunity here, because that's amazing. The colors are perfect between the wrapper and the biscuit itself. It's insane.
Well, remember, a third-party company did make a urinal as the transformer.
That's true.
And a toilet. There was a whole range of things you could pee and poo into.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of interesting. Nothing I wanted, but
yeah, I believe the toilet had swords. I don't want my toilet to ever have a sword, but whatever.
Why not? It can protect you while you poo. That's pretty good.
Or
that's not amazing.
Or maybe you slice a little too close to something, and all of a sudden life isn't worth living anymore.
Yeah, but the toilet that has the swords must have what do you call them? The thing that squirts water into your anus.
A bidet, sir.
What are those? A bidet, yeah. A bidet for your bum.
Okay, but what if
it probably has a bidet, so that's pretty good.
What if he mistakes the bidet for the sword? I don't want that. I don't want that.
Well, you're going to be clean on the inside either way, I suppose.
True.
There'll just be two of you. I suppose. Talking of toilets, let's go back to talking about the Golden Bar, because Dr. Wu has also showed Hoodle, which is G1 roller. There is a white variant and a gold variant. So we're back to the Golden Lagoon version of roller and the Optimus Prime trailer. If you were like, man, I need a trailer and a roller to go with my Golden Lagoon Optimus Prime, well, here it is. Woo! And a white version, which I guess is just the normal one. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's for the Ultra Magnus.
Oh, it doesn't. Why? Why?
I mean, I would assume
Why?
because I think those figures sold well enough that it's worth doing, I would imagine. I mean, sure, simple recolors are easier as far as
Yeah, but
financially, but
who wants an Optimus Prime trailer for Ultra Magnus?
I mean, if you, it depends. I mean, I can see some people
Who?
wanting it.
Who?
No
Point
one,
them out.
I don't have anyone in front of me I can point to directly.
We need to Inquisition this and kick in doors and find these people. I don't think there's... Well, I think it shows because it says there's a limited run of 150 units each. I want to know the 150 people that want these.
Yeah.
Who wants that? Like Ultra Magnus, fine. Okay, I get that. Everybody likes Ultra Magnus. Who wants an Optimus Prime trailer for Ultra Magnus? That seems weird.
It's
I'm
different,
wrong.
though. It's different. Give it credit for it's different. Maybe people want to go with that instead of doing the full Magnus armor. I don't know.
That is. Well, how about go for an Ultra Magnus armor for Optimus Prime? Do that instead.
That would be cool.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be stupid. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I think
Get the fuck out of here.
I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. I'm down for that.
It's only cool if they remolded the head so it looked different.
Well,
You'd need to make changes to you could use the concept, but I'd like it to be a bit visually different.
sure. And hey,
And then it could be an inferior Power Master Optimus Prime.
I mean, the only thing missing here is obviously they need to do a stealth Optimus Prime, not dead Optimus Prime. No, we call him stealth Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but then we need to do Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Then there's Nemesis. Then there's Scourge. Then there's what are the other Optimus Primes? Diaclone Optimus Prime, which is the blue one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repaints to Optimus Prime. A lot of them, unfortunately. But hey, Dr. Wu's pooping them out. Do you have any thoughts on Roller? Do you think he looks cute?
He does.
Little tiny wheels.
It is cute. Probably very easy to lose too because that's
Or
cannot
Swallow.
be very big. Or swallow, yes. You know, as you're voring your toys. Always be careful.
It happens.
Yep.
Yeah, you doing the bit from the Transformers movie with Unicron and Galvatron, where he drops Galvatron into his mouth.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Nothing.
We've all been there.
Nothing kinky like Jobby the Hong might do. No. Just reenacting the movie. Yeah.
See, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to get, we had these, they weren't animal crackers, they were animal biscuits, where it was like a biscuit and then it had chocolate on the back of them. And often I would just like drop them into my mouth and pretend I was Unicron.
See, that is perfectly reasonable.
Yes, I thought it was pretty good.
And that's
but then
why
I'd always eat a gingerbread man from the legs upwards as well.
I mean, we're all sadistic in that way.
He had to know where he was going.
Yeah, I mean, the head's too easy. You gotta just go for the legs.
Yeah, one leg at a time, and then you slowly work into the head.
Yup.
The horror. Jason, you want to take us on to our next bit of news?
Sure thing. So, coming up here, we have from Magic Square. I swear, every time I'm on, I guess there's always Magic Square stuff, but I always look down.
Magic Square.
All right, this time they have a Legend Scale Ironhide, and this is their color prototype. So of course, Legend Scale, Magic Square is really kind of leaning into G1 aesthetics right now, and basically all I can really say is it is definitely a G1 Ironhide. It says in the article here, and I tend to agree with it, it seems to have the cartoon, it's accurate, the design is good, the proportions are good, it looks like a good figure for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that Magic Square is really nailing it when it comes to these things, but other than that, I don't know what all more there really is to say. But what do you think about it?
I really like that he comes with seemingly most of the gimmicks and nooks and thingamabobs he came with in the show. He's got his weird jetpack, which he had once. He's got his red gun hands. He's got an antenna for his car mode, which can be plugged into his forearm. He's got some more guns. He's also got the grey gun hands, which look like dust busters.
Yep.
Rather than a vacuum cleaner. I can't remember what those were for. Were they for was it Ironhide on in the More Than Meets the Eye episode where they were trying to save everybody and the oil rig? You know, when the oil fire started, was Ironhide the one that put out the fire?
He might have
Or
been.
was that somebody else?
No, I believe he might have been.
If that's the case, then he's got those hands.
Yeah.
I really like how he looks. It makes me remember, do you remember back in the day when we had Generations Ironhide?
Yeah.
This is a lot better than that. This is a lot better than Generations Ironhide, who was one of the worst of the Generations figures from back in the day.
No, for sure.
And it's nice to see Ironhide get a decent looking toy. It's a shame we haven't had a really good, for all Hasbro keep doing, we haven't had a good G1 accurate Ironhide. The last Ironhide we had was the Siege one, which yeah, it was Cybertronian. Oh no, that's a lie. I lied. We had the Earthrise one, which was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I think this looks better than that though. I guess maybe the shame I have is it shows the lineup of Prime, Ironhide, Hound, and Jazz, and it's like, well, there's all the season 1 guys as per usual. But, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Maybe they'll do a repaint of the Diaclone Black version or some of the other versions. Ratchet can't be too far behind because that requires very little in terms of tweaking to poop out Ratchet. So
correct. Yep.
Yeah. Shall I take us on, Jason?
Sure.
DNA Designs are doing the DK36 upgrade kit for the Studio Series 8615 Dinobot Sludge. This is an upgrade set, obviously, for Sludge. It comes with 1 sword, 3 blast effects for the dinosaur mouth, compatible with other Dinobots from the Studio Series, so Grimlock and Slag, obviously. Dinosaur mode belly cover that can also be used as a shield for the robot mode. Pop out eyes for Dino mode to recreate the thing where Devastator bongs him in the movie and he goes, oh! And he also comes with extra pieces to fix loose joint issues reported in some copies. I didn't know that was a thing, but there you go. We have images of the set being implemented in all these little parts. Jason, you have all the Studio Series Dinobots, don't you?
Nope.
So what do you think about these?
Well, I remember getting Grimlock, and yeah, I am fully aware of the controversy surrounding Grimlock on this very show.
Mikey's hatred, yes,
indeed.
Of course.
And I first got it, I was like, all right, this is cool. I'll probably end up getting all the Studio Series Leader Class Dinobots just to have a collection. It can be like my official collection of the Dinobots, and that would be cool and everything, right? I never bought another. I never bought another one after Grimlock. I probably won't.
Oh, why not? Why not get the other 2?
I mean, I'm not really buying any Transformer stuff right now. So.
Oh my god.
Wow. Hey. I will say though, obviously, if you don't do the googly eyes, you're terrible and you don't deserve to produce anything. So they did that.
Oh wow.
Good on them.
Yep.
And the blast effect out of the mouth actually looks really freaking good too. That's nice. I like that. I mean, I like the look of the Dinobots, even Grimlock. Sorry, Mikey. Although I fully understand what he's saying about it. It's the same reason why I would never get Coronation Starscream, because you have all these, you have toys like Hot Rod, Studio Series Hot Rod, that looks just like it came out of the freaking movie. And then you throw Earthrise Starscream in, all panel lined and crap, and it's like, this doesn't even fit with the rest of the toys in the line. So it's just weird. But I think the Dinobots look fine, but yeah, I'm not going anywhere with it. But if I did have Sludge, there's a good chance I'd be getting this, because of course I need to have the googly eyes if I'm going to be owning him. So
you could just buy googly eyes potentially.
Yeah, but then I'd have to make it, and no, I just want someone to do it for me and I'll buy it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I'm not creative
enough.
like that. What are you talking about?
Wait, what do you mean? You literally just need cocktail sticks and then a packet of googly eyes. That's not creative.
I mean, if you want to look good.
Oh, glue as well. Oh, okay. So, there are prerequisites. It needs to look good, and it needs to be just in a package.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I don't think it's that much of an improvement. I think improving the loose joints, obviously, that is good, and it's unfortunate that Sludge came with shitty joints or at least some came with shitty joints to begin with. The shield belly cover, I don't think it looks very impressive as a shield. Looks a bit flat.
Yeah.
And it looks like a part that is used to cover the belly rather than something substantial to block energy shots. The energy beams coming out the mouth, I like all the variations. I like the fact that 3 come with it, which means you can give 1 to Grimlock and Slag as well, so they can all fire them. That's nice. Interchangeability is nice. The sword is fine. It's exactly what you would expect, at least what I would expect. And I mean, that's really about it. There's nothing else really to it.
No.
I think the big thing are the googly eyes, and I guess the sword. It's not a lot of DNA's kits at the moment, and I think me and Mikey mentioned this before, are not really impressing me too much at the moment. They exist, and they do a very, very small basic function, but they're not. I don't ever feel that they're a game changer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and that's fine. Maybe they don't need to be. They just don't wow me at all. I guess they're more substantial than some of the upgrade kits. You know, the ones that just fill in gaps in the toy. It's more substantial than that, at least. So I guess that's good. But yeah, I don't know. I look at these and I go,
Yeah. Don't blame me there.
Jason, we had a reveal this week, though, didn't we?
Wow, I get the big story this week. How about it?
You do.
Yeah, so I believe it started out like a day or two before with there was like a test shot or a rumor that there was a new Masterpiece toy coming. And like I said, there's like a picture of a test shot. I don't even think it was a fully colored model or anything. And a day or two later, there it was. We have officially revealed MP57, which will be Skyfire. Which, yeah, they went big, let me tell you. So obviously it's the G1 design. It's a very close representation of G1 design, I will say. It's
the cartoon design specifically, not the toy.
Oh, for
obviously.
sure. Yeah, you're right. I should specify there. It is 35 centimeters tall.
How many inches is that? Do we know?
I'd have to ask.
If you don't know offhand, that's fine.
No, I'd have to ask ALEXA.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's substantially bigger than Optimus Prime, Masterpiece Prime 3.0, so...
Oh, yeah. They have a comparison pic with him. So he is... Let's look at this here. They have him compared against Ironhide, Bumblebee, and Prime. Prime, he
and Spike,
is...
and the shitty Spike figure as well.
Yeah, who cares? So Prime doesn't... Prime comes up to about his chest. That's about where we're at with Prime, with MP44.
I'd say the low part of the chest, like where the nipple might be.
Right, yeah. I mean, I always go by where the nipple is. That's the only important part of the chest.
That's fair.
Yeah. So MP, I think he was 19, was Ironhide. He was a while ago. It's been a while since we got Ironhide. He is probably twice the size of MP Ironhide. Maybe a little less, but from this picture, it looks very close.
If you include the backpack,
yes.
If you include his backpack, I think you might be right. Ironhide is basically dick-sucking level.
Yeah.
At his head, at least.
Like, perfectly, for sure. And then you have Bumblebee. He is... Okay, if you count the backpack, he is more than 3 times Bumblebee size.
And B comes up to Skyfire's knee.
Just about.
The knee joint.
Right.
The knee joint, I should say, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a big toy.
All right, before we talk too much more about it, do we know how much it's going to cost?
Oh, yes, we do.
Okay, because my guess would have been about $300.
You
at least.
You make good guesses, sir.
How much is it?
He is currently up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse for $274.99.
I'm not that shocked because him being so big and most of the masterpieces now are... I think Prime is like 200 and something, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, 240.
It was 240. Yeah, so him being bigger, that makes. I mean, it's still kind of a woof price, but I'm not shocked by this. I'm glad I have no interest in it. But
yeah,
what's he come with though? What else is he rocking apart from being Big Boy Skyfire?
Well, that's actually one of the nice things. He actually includes a stand, which is nice. You get his rifle, you get a stand, you get 3 interchangeable faces. One of them, of course, is the G1 toy mask, because of course it has to be. It wouldn't be a complete
that's
toy.
risky. I guess maybe it's not risky because they're not doing the full mode. They're just doing the face. Maybe that's how they're getting around it.
Yeah, for sure. Or just the fact that, you know, it's a masterpiece toy. It's going to cost almost $300. Maybe they threw some money to somebody to make sure it was okay.
I don't think they. No, I don't think they'd do that.
Probably not. Some blast effect parts. Autobot and Decepticon plates, so it can be either an Autobot or a Decepticon, as you know from Fire in the Sky. And there's going to be 3 minifigures, one of Optimus Prime, one of Wheeljack, and one of Jazz, which will be able to fit in his cockpit. They are articulated, and they're perfect scale for him. And, of course, you can have him in Gerwalk mode. Because, again, it's not Skyfire if you can't do Gerwalk mode. And, yeah, he's got a nice little metallic red... Not little, it's a nice metallic red stand. It definitely.
I think it's meant to be orange, though, right? I think it's meant to be Autobot orange, Teletran 1 kind of colors.
It sure looks like the red on his backpack in the renders. Oh, okay. You know what? No. I see this other picture. You're okay, boy. From that picture,
I see the one that you're talking about. Yeah, that's kind of a. That's more like that's either a metallic red or a really heavy bronze.
Yeah, weird. But hey, it's not like Takara's not. It's not like Takara's known for taking really bad pictures of their high-end toys and not getting the colors right or anything. MP Hot Rod. Anyways, so yeah, hey, it looks great. It costs a buttload of money. And it basically comes with a Gundam stand. So Andy, what do you think?
I really like the fact that the 3 minifigures look like they're... I mean, we don't have a huge amount of images for them, but they look generally pretty good. They obviously look a lot better than the crappy Spike that we got.
Oh, yeah.
A while ago. And I think that's because they're not trying to make them look human, so it's probably easier to make them a bit more convincing.
Sure.
They look pretty solid. The accessories generally... The stand is nice. The gun is fine. I can't really tell what the faces are. We have there's a neutral face. Is one of them like a kissy face? I can't really tell. You know, the one where he's piercing his lips out or pushing them out.
I'm with you. It's hard to find like actual good pictures of the faces.
Yeah.
Oh my. One just looks derpy. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I'm not sure about the faces.
It just looks like he's talking.
Maybe they're fine, but I don't know. They look a bit wonky, I suppose.
Yeah, and of course the face from the Macross toy is, you know, it is what it is. So it kind of works. I mean, they've got an image of it where he's got the wings down and he's got the mask on. Yeah, it's fine. I guess it's a nice nod, a compromise, I suppose, for the fans. It's not a big deal for me, but Skyfire, I think Skyfire was one that I was interested in as a kid. Yeah.
But obviously, as I grew older, I got less interested in him because, I mean, his color scheme's kind of boring. But I did always like his jet mode. I thought that was a cool jet because it was a weird future jet, effectively. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit more interesting than what we usually see, I suppose. It's not like your generic kind of figures like your Ironhides and your Jazzes and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Skyfire, and I don't have much to say on Skyfire. Now, if you said it's a masterpiece Bugly, I'd be like, wow, okay, yeah, fuck yeah. Or a masterpiece Stranglehold, aka Bondage Tom Selleck, I'd be like, hell yeah, all right.
Give it 8 or 9 years, they'll get to those ones.
Will they though? I don't think they will. I think they'll just be remaking the G1 guys again if we get up to that point. Where is my Bondage Tom Selleck figure? I like Stranglehold. He's stupid. There is much love for Bludgeon. There's much love for Banzaitron. Where's Bondage Tom Selleck? Where is Octo Punch? You know, where are those guys? Those are my boys.
Yeah.
I want those stupid guys. And Bugly, because Bugly is stupid as well. I like him. But yeah, Skyfire. If you're wanting a Skyfire, now there's an official version of him, so that's good as well, I suppose. He looks fairly articulated. But, the question is always, what is the issue going to be with this release, right?
Yep.
I say that cynically, of course, because there has been many issues with many of the current masterpieces. So if you do want to invest, you can do. I wouldn't be the person that says don't buy it straight away, because I think if you don't buy it straight away, it might be one that vanishes and then you have to pay even more for. If you feel like you can risk it, it might be an idea just to see if it's really worth it. But then, like I say, for something like this, secondary market prices, he might go up to stupid money or more. I don't know.
I'm going to go out and say...
It's difficult, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say, since he's really not that much more expensive than MP44 was, but so much bigger, I'm going to say he's going to have problems with his knees. Or, so they're going to use they're going to use like friction joint for the knees, and they're not going to hold well. Or I'm going to say the backpack on the back doesn't plug in well and just periodically falls off of a lot of people's copies. Those are my two. Those are what I'm betting money on.
That's not bad, solid guess. Do you think we'll get any cracking plastic around joints, like the shoulders, like for Dinobot?
Oh, man. There's a lot going on with those shoulders. You're not wrong.
Yeah. They're big arms too, so
yeah. I think, hey, if you want shoulders to be your guess, that can be your entry into the death pool.
Good luck, people, and Godspeed is what I'll say.
Don't pre-order toys that break. I'm just gonna say it. Don't do it.
I mean, don't buy toys that break. It's hard to know if a toy will break if you pre-order it, because who knows, right?
Well, I think it's fairly well established now that MP toys break. So don't pre-order MP toys. If it comes out and it's fine, I'm sure you'll find it's on Hasbro Pulse already. It'll be fine. You'll be able to get it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, you're not. I don't remember if Optimus Prime was on Pulse, but I know Starscream was. I don't think it's that hard to get Starscream. I could be wrong, but I haven't looked recently. Just don't pre-order this stuff. They're not making it. It breaks. It's crap. Oh boy. Hey, look at his crotch.
Hey,
that looks like that's gonna have some problems too. Wow.
Jason looking at dudes' crotches, being like, "Damn, son, you've got some problems."
Did you just gender Sky? You can't do that.
I can.
Okay.
I just did.
Okay. Yeah. No, look at his dick, Andy. I think he's going to have issues with his dick.
Yeah, that's right. He is. It's too big.
Yeah. Boy. I know. Look, I know.
Actually, if we're talking about someone who's going to get broken because of his dick, it's going to be Starscream, right?
Yeah. Am I right? Yep. Yeah.
Just friends.
Don't let other people do the stupid purchases and find out how bad they are before you do it. Be smart.
Yeah, let Jobby do it.
Yeah,
let Jobby suffer.
Let people who actually get freaking paid to do it, and then you can spend your money if you feel so inclined. It's not that hard, people.
I was gonna say like Jobby doesn't get paid for all of them, but then I realized he does because he makes money off of YouTube and Patreon.
That was my point.
Yes, I was like,
yes.
Oh yeah. So you're right. You're not wrong. Yeah. Well, Mr. Jason, should I move this on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Choo, 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 Jason. I choose you to let me take this story because the Takara Tomy Transformers are doing the MPG collection masterpiece Trainbot Yukikaze. We got images of Yukikaze. That's one of the. It's the third member at this point of the Trainbots from Japan, the famous Trainbots. We have Shoki and Gitsui, who've already came out, and Yukikaze is the next one on the tram lines. It's another bullet train. It's the one that looks like it's already yellowing in terms of its white paint, but it's not. It's just a weird green color. He's the green one. We don't have great solid images of him. We have two images which are the same, which are very blurry, of him in train mode, him in robot mode, and foot mode. So it seems like, again, these are being released at a fairly consistent pace. So if you're really gagging for your masterpiece train bots, your Raiden figure, they're coming out soon, I suppose. Not much information here on when he is coming out. I guess it's just like a first look kind of deal. How do you think these blurry images look, Jason?
Well, I'd say they look blurry. That would be my professional opinion on that. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a thing. I know there's plenty of people who appreciate them, but obviously the chain bots are always going to be much bigger and It's very much gonna be a Japan thing, since Japan basically runs on trains. Trains are the life of Japanese cities and stuff like that to get people where they need to go. But yeah, I mean, they don't really do much for me, even the non-blurry photos. But I know this is gonna be an insanely popular set in Japan. I have no doubt about that. Although I will say, man, from the designs, God, they look so panel formerish. Which I guess they're trains. What more can you do? But
yeah, I was gonna say they're just like long rectangles. There's probably not much you can do, is there?
But let's face it, if you get these, you're putting them in combined mode. So
yeah,
it is
going for riding.
And so far, combined mode looks pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Here's a question, Jason. Do you remember the Hot Wheels toys Pack Attack?
So I know the name. I'm trying to remember what it was.
They were all obviously Hot Wheels vehicles that had either a button on the back of them or like a little lever, and you press them or push them, and then like a giant monster mouth would open on them.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, we should do those for Transformers.
Oh, I'm looking at pictures now. Yep, these were great.
They were great. They were good fun. I think, like, if you're a parent and you can find I don't know if you can find Attack Pack cheap on eBay or something, but if you can, get those for your kids, because I had the spaceship ones, and they were a lot of fun. They're neat, and I think if Transformers did something like that, that could be quite a neat little idea, gimmicky thing, right?
Yeah.
I would say, like, these Cybertronian like monsters or animals have accidentally, you could even relate them to the Dwellers in the Depth, right? So they break out of Cybertron and they accidentally get to Earth and they're hiding on Earth, and Transformers have to round them all up again.
Oh, okay. There you go. You even got some fiction for them. That works.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shitty premise. That's all you need for the start of a cartoon series. Bada bing, bada boom. New toy line.
Okay, I'm not sure which one this is, but I know which one I had. I had, what's he called? Come on, picture, get bigger.
That's what she said.
The Dark Claw. That's the one I had.
The Dark Claw.
Kind of turns into
an image of it.
The bat thing.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, the only one I really know is the spaceship one I had, which was a black UFO that had 3 little circles at the front of it.
Yeah,
that's the best way I could describe it. I don't know what it was called.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Oh, I remember the bat one. Yep. Yeah.
Yep, that was the one I had.
I think there was a monster truck one that was yellow with blue tiger stripes on, which I kind of remember as well. I'm not sure if that was mine, if that was somebody else's.
I see him too. Oh, apparently there's a wiki for these. Cool.
Oh, wow.
That was Slash Cat.
Ah. You have a child unit, don't you, Jason? I think you should buy some of these for the child unit. But really, they're for you, right?
No,
they're really for you. They could be for they could be for him.
It's for the child.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Question mark.
1993, these things came out. Oof.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. They're thousands of pounds now, or dollars.
Probably.
Maybe. Anyway, Mr. Jason, there's 2 bits of Monkey news. So would you tell me about Monkey?
Well, at least I got the good story this week. And by
you got 2. You got the Skyfire one as well.
That's what I meant. All right.
I thought you liked this. You said you liked the Monkey Mask.
All right, so we have.
You've been ironic when you said that.
I don't remember saying that. I must have blacked out. So we have here a possible first look. I don't think it's possible. I'm pretty sure it's our first look at Rise of the Beast.
Mikey said this shit last week as well.
Transforming Optimus Primal Roleplay Mask. So, fun fact: when I first saw this on Twitter, I missed the fact it was transforming.
Same.
God, this is so stupid. So what it has here, this would be a roleplay mask. It would be the face of Rise of the Beast, Optimus Primal. Assuming, since the movie got pushed back a year, and who freaking knows if we're going to see anything from it. So we have the front and the back of the mask. The front of the mask, of course, you can kind of tell is Optimus Primal. The back of the mask, however, is Optimus Primal folded up in the most just asinine ways. And if I look, I don't know 3-dimensionally how this is working, but it looks like his feet literally end up in your mouth from this picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what we call a ball gag mask.
Yeah, so gimps all around the world can get this mask. I know at least...
Oh, this is great if you like feet as well, and
Yes.
if you're like sexually aroused by Optimus Primal, you can suck on his feet while wearing him as a mask.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, hey.
For kids.
Let your freak flag fly, people. That's fine by me.
Yep.
Yeah, I know at least one person who's excited for this. I think they're insane.
Who? Shame them. Is it Mikey?
No, I don't know. Maybe Mikey does. Let me say a host of another Transformers podcast. I'll say that. Oh,
okay. Well, fair enough. Like, I'll say this. I think the concept is interesting, right? It's a mask. The mask actually doesn't look too bad for being like a wearable mask thingamabob.
Right.
The idea of having that transform into a robot to play with, not inherently a bad idea, because it gives more functionality to the mask and more playability to the mask.
Sure.
I think the end product of him in robot mode is
lacking? Lacking?
Lacking is a kind word for it. Yes. It looks very kind of knockoff kind of figure, because obviously it's a mask. It's a shell former. It's a shell for your face that forms some sort of robot. ... with questionable articulation.
Right.
I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the really... It kind of reminds me of the Fast Action Battlers, if you remember those. Again, from the first kind of Transformer movie. They were very hollow. They had very little articulation, and they look a little bit on the derpy side, but at least with them, you press one button and it just kind of transformed.
Right.
Some of them were super hollow. This seems like it's very, very hollow as well. I'll give it to the creativity. I do not know why you think the feet going inside unless this is transformed wrong, which could be the case. I don't see why anyone would think this looks like it would be comfortable to wear as a mask. Masks generally made out of hard plastic are not the most comfortable things. At least they weren't when I was a kid. And I can't imagine that's much better now. Having like giant robot arms and a head and legs pressing into your face, I can't imagine that's going to make it more comfortable. You know?
Sure. Yeah.
Also, do you see at the very top, like if you look at the back, underneath Prime's blue fist, you have those two circular pegs, which I assume peg into the back somewhere. Depending how tight that strap is on the back of your head, those are definitely going to leave like little red marks on your forehead.
Yep.
And obviously the feet in your mouth, probably not a good thing either. I do like the actual mask look, though. You know, the monkey face looks quite nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's got big old nostrils and whatnot. You could buy this for Connor Sea-Dog VA. Maybe he'd be happy.
Yes, buy it for Monkey.
Monkey. He could wear it on stream, I guess, you know. He's a big fan.
I don't think
What's the other monkey news then?
Okay, so we have more rumors. Let's see. According to who's this? Transformers. Wait, we have a Transformers Insider now? Wow. Okay. Got bought on YouTube, although he does have the backing of Transformer TFW's JT Prime, who I know is very good at the rumor type stuff. They have two possible upcoming products. One, somehow they think, is a Rise of the Beast leader Optimus Primal. You'll understand why I'm wondering about that later on. And second is a Holiday Optimus Prime. Probably, I'm assuming, from the famous... was it the cover of a comic, or was it like the last page of a comic? Where
I can't remember. Where
Optimus Prime had a Santa hat on, said Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever it was. Right, so one of them, of course, is TRA, so Transformers Generations Holiday Optimus Prime. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a leader class. It's $55.99. And then we have TRA Generation Studio Series LDR TF7, so Transformer 7, Cyclops. I don't think Optimus Prime is going to be a Cyclops. Maybe it's a code name. Oh, it says Cyclops is the code name for Optimus Primus. Or Optimus Primal. Okay.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
It's a weird code name for, especially when there are a lot of Transformers who are actually Cyclopses. Like, it's very common in Transformers to be a Cyclops.
A little bit, yeah.
So, weird. But yeah, so yeah, plenty of Optimus Primes to spend your money on. I have still held out from
Yay.
getting Laser Prime at all because well, it says Nemesis Prime, but or Scourge, but everyone knows it's either Nemesis or just Black Convoy.
That's right.
Might still get that, but yeah, something's coming. I honestly, I'll be much more. It's actually it's probably just Optimus Prime and Holiday, like green and red, huh? Like the blue's green
I
instead.
think that's what people are speculating, right?
Yeah.
And that would be kind of lame because that's not like a great color scheme.
I mean, he's already red.
Maybe
but yeah.
that's maybe that's the idea that they release it around Christmas time and be like, haha, you could now have Christmas Prime. Isn't that cool, kids? It's like, no kids would want that.
Look here, you little brats. You want to give us another? Do you want us to give you another Dead Optimus Prime? Or you want Christmas Optimus Prime? That's what I thought. Now shut up and take it.
Well, here's the thing. Clearly, a Christmas-themed Optimus Prime isn't for kids. It's for, like, the older collector, because they're like, well, at this point, they're so deep in, they'll just buy fucking anything with Optimus Prime on it. So, if you've got 300 Optimus Primes, and they're all different ones, you have to get the next one. You're too deep in to say no at this point.
I'm not going to look behind me on my shelf right now, and I'm going to pretend you didn't just say that.
The truth hurts, man. Truth hurts.
I'm so sad.
Well, hopefully you can avoid a Christmas-themed Optimus Prime. I hope, Jason.
I mean,
I pray for you.
I probably will, unless they knock it out of the park and just do something really creative. Then yeah, I'll get Holiday Optimus Prime. Why not?
Yeah, I don't see them. I mean, I think it'll just be a repaint, and maybe he'd come with a hat. That might be it.
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't even count on that.
I know.
Yeah. Anything else to say, or was that about it there?
No, that mask is terrifying. I hope no one ever buys it.
Oh, they will.
They will, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Let me take you on to the last two stories then. This kind of cropped up basically as I was uploading the show last week, and I was like, oh, well, this would have been nice to include. We got the Velocitron Speedier 500 collection. First look at the Road Hauler. Road Hauler being, of course, Green Grapple. It has a new alternative screaming face because he knows what his life is like. And it's also got the big claw hand as well. Oh no, Grapple had that as well, didn't he? The big claw hand. Yeah, he did. So if you were like, hey, I want that green version of Grapple, it's coming. Woo.
Yeah.
Jason, you like Green Grapple, don't you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, cool. Yes, and.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about it. It is just a green version of Earthrise Grapple with a screaming face.
Right. I know I could make the comment about Grapple being, Velocitron like speed, but I guess someone's already put on Twitter a picture of him actually on Velocitron, actually speeding with other cars. So, whatever works.
Was he actually on Velocitron in Galaxy Force?
Someone posted something, so I think so.
Okay, fair enough.
It was him going fast
weird.
At the very least, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I wasn't questioning too much him being on Velocitron. I just saw it more as just a dumb label to shove things into, and it's a way to get out a green repaint. I'm kind of surprised, again, a Green Grapple didn't go into the Generation Select kind of pot of, like, repainted figures. I wonder what the distinction is to put a repaint into Generation Select versus just putting him in the Buzzworthy line versus putting him into the standard Transformers line, whether it be an Amazon exclusive or not. It's still under the main kind of, legacy brand. I wonder what the decision making is on that. Seems odd, right? Yeah,
I think it's more or less, hey, this is a figure we're putting out. Either you want it as an exclusive or we're putting it in selects. And everyone
You think it's more like a big old, like, roulette table, and they just kind of, like, throw a ball in and they spin it, and each ball has, like, the line, and wherever it lands on a repaint, it's like, well, it's going in that one.
It's possible, because nothing else makes any sense.
Doesn't seem to.
I could see everyone around the table when they, like, throw the thing in, like, Target and at Walmart are like, oh, please don't give us Road Hauler. Oh, phew. Selects. We're good.
Yay. More buzzworthy, please.
Sure.
The last story today is the fact that TF Nation is getting Andy Kozens. I think that's how you say his name. Now, I'll read the little blurb. Who is Andy? Who's Cosenz, you asked? He's a former Hasbro designer, development and product manager who started back with Kittycraft. Did you know Kittycraft, Jason?
I've heard of it. I couldn't tell you what they've done.
Then Milton Bradley, where he worked on Play School and robotics, if you remember robotics. Then all the way under Hasbro Europe as the category development head of boys, girls, toys, and creative play. During his time on Transformers franchise, he oversaw the releases of several Japanese toys in Europe markets, including the likes of Overlord, the Motivators, and the Power Masters. Plus, what has come to be known as the Generation 1.5 among the collectors, or my line, because that was the line I was kind of around collecting stuff. So this was the guy that basically gave me the toys that I had to play as a kid.
Oh, cool.
So that's a pretty interesting guest, I would think. I think he'll have a lot of interesting things to say, hopefully, about the business decisions and getting things. I mean, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and I think that kind of stuff's interesting. It's usually what goes into documentaries and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and see him, he'll be at TF Nation in Birmingham Metropole on the 12th of August to the 14th. What do you think about this as a guest, Mr. Jason?
Well, you almost think it's never a good sign when your announcement starts out with, who is Cousins, you might ask. But after reading his bio, actually, he's going to be a pretty interesting guest.
Yeah, you can see why people wouldn't know him as well, because he's basically a business guy who worked behind the scenes. So, especially from that era where, you know, we were kids and there was no internet, so no one really gave a fuck about who was working on the industry, who was promoting the stuff, who was doing things behind the scenes. Well, now we have a lot more of a vested interest because we're old and we are interested in these business and old man related things in comparison to just being kids and screaming, "Give me the toy!"
Oh yeah, especially when you throw in like him being involved with bringing over Overlord and like Power Masters, like Power Master Prime and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, not Power Master Prime, but the Powered Masters.
Oh, Power
Master Prime as well.
Yeah.
If I said that right, I don't know. Either way, I think he should make for an interesting guest, as usual. At this point now, I won't be able to go and see and talk to him and learn about the things at this point, which is a shame. But maybe you can go and do it now yourself and be entertained by these sort of things.
Go ask the man about Overlord.
Yeah. Well, I would say ask about the Predator jets myself, but that's just me.
Sure.
I like the Predators. They were great. Jason, did you have any other little bits of news floating around in your little bean of yours?
No, I did not.
No. Okay, well, we swiftly move on to what's Jason been up to? What have you done for fun, son?
Well, funny you should ask. All right, so early today, actually, I lucked out. A couple of things I had in my pile of loot at BBTS were about to come up due. And I think it was last Wednesday, one of my Gundams came in. So I had 3 things to ship out. I was like, you know what? Let's ship them out. And hey, they shipped out on like Thursday and they're here today already, which is pretty impressive. That usually I remember a couple years ago, it was taking like a week and a half to get my, yeah, really.
Damn, son.
I know. I was taking like a week and a half to get my stuff from FedEx from, I think that ships out of like Minnesota or something. So when I saw it was coming today, I was very intrigued. So what I got is I've opened these. I haven't, obviously gotten a chance to build them yet or anything. But I have Flame Toys Windblade. I finally got her in. Ooh. Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got my first 2 high grade Gundams. Are they?
I don't know. I'm not there. I can't tell you.
I'm looking. Oh, Master Grade. They're the Master Grade.
Okay. Bit of a difference, yes.
Yes, and these are the ones that are the 1/100th scale. So these are what you and I kind of, or what you told me, I think, is about the Voyager class, I think, size. Yeah,
well, at this point now, it's more of the leader scale, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I was actually surprised. The boxes are way bigger than I thought they were going to be. They're about twice the size of of most of the Flame Toys boxes I've gotten, so...
Yeah, are these your first masterpieces then?
Master Grades, yes. Yeah.
Master Grades, yeah. Yeah, so what you'll find is you'll be building the inner skeleton. Well, the way that the instructions have it is you build the parts and then you put it all together. But if you wanted to, you could get the gray frame and just make the basic frame skeleton. So you'd
Right.
have like the arms and legs and the head all done, and then you put the armor parts on to obviously build it up and give it the Gundam-y look.
Sure.
It's neat. It's very depending on which ones you have, they can be very intricate. Some of them, obviously, the older ones, you just kind of look at them and you're like,
Yeah.
you're not as good as the newer ones. But yeah, Master Grade can be good. Just a much more limited line is how I'd describe it.
Yeah, for sure. So I got 2 of them. I have the Gundam Death Scythe Hell.
Death Scythe, yeah.
Yes, which is one you recommended for me. And now that I have it in hand, I'm really going to like building this guy, I think.
It looks neat.
He looks really cool. I also have because I built, the first Gundam I built was the smaller version of it. I have the RX-78-2. This is apparently the 3rd release of it.
Oh, yeah, version 3.0, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes...
So it's the newest one, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was actually on pre-order, so I think it is it's at least a new box. So it's definitely an updated box. He might be... I don't know, because I also have on order, it didn't come in yet. I'm surprised. I figured it would have come in around the same time. I have a wet decal sheet for him ready to go.
Okay.
Because my understanding is, well, I've actually have done, water-based decals before, so I know how they work. My understanding is they're a little easier to do than the rub-on ones, or however you do the other ones. Yeah, I hear your laugh there. So I will probably wait until I get that to build him. I could build him and just keep them apart, because my understanding with decals is as long as you have them in different pieces, they're not that hard to put on. If you have them built all the way, you're gonna have issues like fitting stuff in between like the shoulder blades and things like that. But I don't have anything like that coming for Death Scythe, so I'm probably just gonna end up building him and doing my first set of Gundam decals and stuff like that. Funny enough, the first time I ever made decals was back when I was like in like 4th or 5th grade. I think I had the AMT model Enterprise D.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
were those things that were like came in? Were they big resin pieces, or like they weren't like Gundam kits, were they? They weren't as kind. They weren't pushed together. You had to glue them.
You
right?
had to glue them. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Had a lot of cement, a lot of liquid cement for that. Yeah, and I did the decals, and of course I'd like to think I do a little better job now than I did when I was that age, but it was cool. The saucer section separated and everything. And I would have built more, except one of my siblings got a hold of it and kind of destroyed it, and I was kind of swore off model kits like that. Although I keep seeing like I keep seeing model kits here and there for like the Enterprise E or the NX from Enterprise. I'm like, okay, I could maybe give it another try sometime, but I'll focus on Gundams and Flame Toys for now. So that's what I got. I did do something else last night, sir.
Oh my god. Sounds ominous.
I have seen the first 4 episodes of Strange New Worlds.
Oh my god. Out of how many? How many is season 1 getting?
Well, there's 5 right now. Or 5's what's out right now. So I haven't watched the 5th one yet.
Okay.
The reason I didn't watch the 5th one yet is because I started the first one and I watched all the way through to the end of number 4. Ask me anything, Andy. Ask me questions.
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do you want to know about it?
Do you like it?
Okay, come on. You don't start with the big question first. You build up to it.
What do you mean? Is it shit?
All right. So you're probably going to reject me saying this.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
It's really good.
Is it good like the Marvel movies are good?
No. It's good like a Star Trek series is good.
Oh, so it's actually good then. Okay.
Right. See, I had to be careful what I said there. It's funny. After what we've had for the last few years now, it's weird to see the people on screen talking, but they're talking like they would in Star Trek. Like,
okay, that's good.
They're actually discussing sciencey stuff. Is that sciencey stuff accurate? Probably not, but it never really has been. It's been as accurate as it could be. Now, I will say, we actually talked this. I bit my tongue because when we started talking about this, it's like, oh, I gotta save it for the show. I gotta save it for the show. You know, yes, a lot of the dialogue is what you would hear nowadays. Of course, it's always from the younger crewmen. Like Pike doesn't really talk like we do, but you know, the young helmsman, you know, sure, they say stuff like that. But we also discussed earlier before we started recording, that's kind of just how modern writing is nowadays for shows, movie shows.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think it was a Disney movie that came out recently, Raya and the Dragon, I think it was called.
I've heard of that.
Right.
That got a pretty bad reception.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. They released a dragon. Guess how the dragon talks? This dragon that has been, you know, encased in like a stone or something for 5,000 years. Guess how it talks, Andy?
Oh, is it Eddie Murphy again?
No, it's not Eddie Murphy, but it's literally, the dragon literally talks like a high school student.
Ew.
Right. Like, I think at one point the dragon's like, girl, let me tell you. Like, okay.
Oh.
Right.
No.
It sucks. But it's kind of the current meta now when it comes to writing TVs and movies. So that is there. I can't deny that that's there. But, and I don't understand. All right, I keep hearing everyone saying that these are the same people that also are involved with Picard. I don't believe that. I think CBS just got lazy and just copy and pasted the people involved in the two shows.
Right.
It's like they care. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So
isn't one of the characters got the last name of Khan?
Noonien Soon Khan, yes. And guess what? I like her. She's a good character. They mentioned
isn't that like having like naming your daughter, your son, like, and giving them the last name of Hitler though?
I mean, it is.
Isn't that kind of dumb?
It is, but I'm sure there's Hitlers out there. I wouldn't want to be one of them.
I don't think there are.
There might be.
I don't think there are many people out there called like John Hitler.
I mean, look, if I had my guess, I would probably rather not have a Noonien Soon on board. But
like let's think about that. If you're a boss and you're hiring someone, are you gonna hire someone called Georgina Hitler? Hi, I'm Terrence Hitler.
What did Georgina ever do to you?
Apparently guessed the Jews or something. I don't know. Quite a lot of them, I hear.
Right, but
I don't know, bro.
But here's the problem. The other alternative is she hides her last name and it comes out later and it's stupid. Just get the stupid out there.
Her parents just don't name her that, you know.
I mean, okay, they could have. Their last name is her
like
last
again,
name.
Like
but...
again, if you find a significant other, and they're like, "Hi, my name is Grace Hitler," and you're like, "Okay, I think when we marry, we're gonna use my name," and she's like, "Why? This is the new millennium. This is the future. This is Star Trek era. You could take my last name." It's like, that's true, but y'all called Hitler.
So I'm not,
or Stalin.
I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I don't disagree with you, but naming aside, she's a good character. I like her.
Okay,
she's a well-written
good,
character. She's a well-written, well-acted character. That's the crazy thing. Like, yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid to have a Noonien Singh on the on your ship, but I like her. She's a good character. Pike, of course. Right. I've loved Pike, and Pike was the only good thing about Discovery in season 2.
Yeah, I hear he's actually pretty decent.
He's amazing. He's great. Anson Mount is a great captain. I'm already ranking him like in the pantheons of Star Trek captains. That's how good he is.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
You know, it's a strong cast. You know, there's the Doctor has something going on with him that as a parent kind of hit me in a certain way. Even I love Nurse Chapel. I'm in love with Nurse Chapel. I really like Nurse Chapel. She's great. She's got like this frantic energy, but it's not annoying, which is a fine line, let me tell you, especially nowadays. Usually those are the characters I hate. And there is stuff I don't like. The helmsman, I think her name is Ortiz, always has a one-liner. Always, you know, basically she's Ryan Reynolds up there flying the ship. You know. And there's even one point in episode 4 where she does it, and it feels really out of place because episode 4, some shit happens in episode 4. Let me tell you. But the writing's good. It's good stories. It's good Star Trek stories. I don't understand it. I don't understand how we've been getting what we've been getting for the last few years. And then they're just like, here, have Star Trek. Actual Star Trek. Here you go. Enjoy it. It's fun.
I hope if you're enjoying it so far, I hope it keeps that level and doesn't fuck it up.
Well, yeah.
By dropping something like they do a dumb storyline where they fight the Borg or something like that.
Well, they do fight a certain. I'm not going to spoil the name.
Do they beat Species 8472?
Oh no. Nope, nothing like that. Nothing.
Because that would be silly.
Yeah, nothing future-wise. Let's just say there's a species that, maybe around in Star Trek you don't hear of too much, but you've definitely heard of them.
Oh, I know what they are.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what they are.
I've
heard people talk about it.
Oh, episode 4. Episodes 4 could be in some top 10. Yeah, well...
Because technically I think that breaks continuity, because they're not meant to meet that species until... that episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. Continuity is so fucked right now for especially Star Wars. We talked about this earlier too. Star Wars and continuity is just
the annoying thing is it's not that hard to keep to continuity. I mean, all you do if you want to fix it as well, all you have to do is say it's not in the timeline. It's a new universe. Don't worry, it's not connected to the original Star Trek Next Generation. All you have to, but they I think they have canonically said that it is in that time period, haven't they?
No, they absolutely have, and I like that too because the other way is the easy way out, and yeah, they're not great with continuity. Sure. I get that, but neither was Enterprise when they introduced the Borg. But I really liked the Borg episode. The Borg episode of Enterprise is a good episode of Star Trek, so it's tough,
I'm not a big fan of that episode because I feel it's like another nail in the coffin for the Borg as they slowly became worse and worse.
I mean,
it's not like the concept of the episode's not bad. I just dislike what it does for the universe of Star Trek, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and again, it felt like. You know what we have to do, guys? We have to get the Borg in. It's like, no, you don't.
Right.
We don't have to do the Borg. Voyager fucked the Borg so hard. We don't need to keep fucking them. Oh, we do? Okay,
I don't remember the exact what the explanation was, but I once saw someone say that you can get mad at Enterprise as much as you want. Voyager did a lot more to fuck up the continuity of the Borg than Enterprise ever did.
They did.
Which is funny.
Yeah. They were unfortunately taking the foundation that First Contact made.
Yeah.
I like First Contact as a film, but they made the foundation for the Borg becoming shit, unfortunately. Actually, no, Next Gen did that.
Yeah.
Next Gen did that with the amount of, Descent. Descent is probably the first really bad Borg episode.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
two-parter, actually.
Because before that you had IQ, and that was definitely not a bad episode. That was a great episode.
Yeah, I like that one with Hugh. Hugh was an interesting character,
right?
And an interesting concept. I liked it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the fourth episode, I think you would find in some best of Star Trek lists. It's good.
Wow.
Okay. They do some really good stuff. It's also an episode that Star Trek. Actually, almost every episode has been an episode that Star Trek has done before, but with its own spin on it. Which,
right.
What was the Next Generation after the original series? It was a lot of the same episodes with a really interesting spin on it. It's amazing how when you do the thing that works, you get something that actually isn't garbage. Funny how that works. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't binge. I hate binge watching because I don't like losing hours of time to one thing. I don't like it.
You don't have the time to do it either.
That's
for the most
very
part, right?
true. I couldn't stop last night. I had to watch the next episode. I only stopped myself because it was midnight. I was tired, and I know the premise of the next episode. I was like, all right, this is a good break. Even though pretty much every episode so far has been very much standalone. I know what's coming up. I know the next episode is a little more lighthearted. So I was like, all right, I can break here and be good. Yeah, I don't know. I was, me, I was very apprehensive because I kept hearing good stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I'm also one of the people who told me it's good. Also like Picard. Now they admitted they like Picard because of the nostalgia. And I am so over fucking nostalgia right now. Do not give me anything with nostalgia. I hate it. Stop it.
Nostalgia's fine if you go back and watch the thing that you're nostalgic about.
Right. Picard wasn't
That's
nostalgia.
fine.
Picard was vomit that they put together as a TV show. Picard is Patrick Stewart trying to make us hate Picard as much as he hates Picard. That's all. That's all it is.
I also think it's weird when people say, "Oh, it was only season 2 of Picard that was bad."
No,
it's like, no, both of them were bad, bro.
No, I mean, episode 1 was better written, but the characters did stupid fucking things.
Yeah, it was a bait and switch. They actually made the first episode of season 2 almost Star Trek, and then they fucked it up even more.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I think every episode has been better. I think episode 3 was my favorite of Strange New Worlds. Again, probably the parent me, but I'm going to let that go for now.
But we don't know how many episodes. 10. It's going to be like 10.
10, I think.
It is 10. Okay.
It is 10, yeah.
Okay.
Which is good. I don't want my shows going on forever. I don't like that. I know that's how it used to be.
They're not aiming for syndication, so that's fine.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't know what else to say because I can't imagine you not being apprehensive about it, but I legitimately am enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm happy. I'm laughing at stuff. I'm getting... Oh, fuck, fine. I cried at the end of episode 3, okay? There, fine. I fucking said it. I cried at the end of episode 3. But episode 3 did some cool stuff. The characters are good. And yes, there's the tropes of writing today. The kids, the cadets talking like they're... episode 2. They solve something with music, Andy. How Star Trek is that? Like, that's original series through and through. Like, we figured out that the well, I won't get into how they do it, but it just felt like Star Trek. The helmsman gets on my nerves sometimes. Hopefully they tone her down a bit. But again, I don't care because the rest of it is so good. It's also really cool to see the Enterprise actually, like, flying around like the Enterprise would, as opposed to just like a stationary thing on the screen, which, is what we had for so long. But yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. I really would. I think if you get a chance, I think you should watch it. I think it's worth it.
Wow.
I can vouch for the first 4 episodes. I can't go past that. I think if you... Well, because they haven't been out.
I like the idea that episode 5, it's like, I go, okay, I'll watch episode 5. Episode 5 is a fucking garbage fire, and I'm like, Jason, what the fuck, bro?
It could be.
Jesus.
I haven't seen it yet. It could be, but I'm just saying, give it the first 4. Because there's, obviously there's some setup in the first one. They set up a couple more characters in the second one. Third one is just a straight up, everyone's going down in the ship. Only so many people were able to function. How that's been done in every series. Every series has had an episode like that. This one does too. It's well done. And then episode 4 is just a fucking great episode of Star Trek, period. So
apparently, if you're interested in watching it in the UK, it's on Paramount Plus UK. So
there you go.
Yeah, you probably need to get it through other means, I would imagine.
Well, or if you can do do you have free trials? Do a free trial.
I've no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. If I was going to do a free trial, I'd probably need to wait until it's all out and then binge it.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Although, man, I don't know. I'm half tempted to tell you just do the trial and watch the first 4, and then I'll pay for the rest. I don't know.
Oh my God. No, that's silly. That's crazy.
I know, but dude, it feels so good to have something that's Star Trek, and it actually feels like Star Trek. It's good. Yeah. But also, real quick, I just want to throw it here because I've taken up half the show now. I did watch the first episode of season 3 of Orville. I watched the first half of the first season, and again, it's Seth MacFarlane doing Next Generation. Nothing wrong with that. I watched,
but then with lots of shitty jokes in it. To be fair,
kind of. Although, judging from some of the comments of what Seth MacFarlane has said and how this episode went, something tells me Fox was telling them to throw in the shitty jokes.
Yes. That's what we heard for the longest time. It was like, I think it's because Discovery was coming out.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do a show that was similar. And
right.
I think that's why Fox was being like, you're Seth MacFarlane, you tell really good jokes. And everybody on the set goes,
Yep, I feel like Fox was like, oh, you want to make the show? Make it funny, or else we're not putting it on. Hulu doesn't care. They're not making him do that, which is nice.
Did you, out of interest before you go on, did you see the end of season 2?
That's the thing. Yes, I did watch the 2-parter at the end.
Yeah, because I think that's where it hit its heights. It was really good 2-part finisher.
It
I
did.
thought.
I have thoughts. I don't think, because you knew all along Isaac was just going to save the day at the end.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I would have.
I mean, it's the same with like Descent with Data being evil, you know. So.
Sure. But here's the thing: change it up. You're not Star Trek. Do something different. I say keep Isaac. Wake Isaac up. Isaac is evil. Maybe he does something really bad, and then later on this season, have him redeem himself, or a season or two down the road, have him to redeem himself. Tell a full story about it. But I knew it was coming. So, anyways, that obviously the new episode, the first episode, new season. It's even called New Horizons. They're not even. They're almost pretending it's a new show. Obviously, the crew's dealing with the fact that Isaac's there. They're not very happy with him. The new crew members says some really shitty things. Actually, it's just a bitch the whole episode, to be honest with you. Although, can kind of understand. Although I will say, Seth MacFarlane at one point is like, yeah, this whole thing where you act like you're the one who lost anyone in the war, it's getting a little old. It's like, yeah, you should say that to her. My overall review of the episode is, it's actually got a lot. It's basically their version of the motion picture. There's a lot of padding in this episode. Including,
that's a shame.
Yeah, including a lot of flybys of the ship.
No!
I know. I was like, oh my god, they're doing the motion picture right now. This is crazy. So
was that intentional? Do you think?
I don't know, because they're doing a full hour now. The show is an hour long, not 43 minutes with commercials. Yeah, they're doing a full. At least this episode was a full hour. So I feel like there was padding, and Seth MacFarlane wasn't in it that much, which that's
good.
Yeah. But at the same time, you expect the captain to be in it a lot more. And, I think there's a lot of people.
I would always push him out, because I don't think bless Seth MacFarlane, I don't think he's a very good actor.
Well, half the show isn't a good actor. Let's be honest about it. I think Cassidy's the only one. Like, I guess Adrian Padalecki, or her name, she's pretty good. But like the helmsman and the engineer, they're not very great. I don't think they're good actors at all.
They feel like they're part of a Seth MacFarlane or Seth Rogen film.
Yeah,
more so than anything
they kind of
else.
do. I think they're not going to fit in well with the season, because if it takes a more serious and not so funny tone. But yeah, for the first, I even skipped parts of the episode. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I will say though, the episode ends very strong. And the end scene, which features I think Cassidy's real name is Penny. Penny, I don't remember her name. I apologize. Her and Isaac have a scene at the end that is actually really good. Kind of saved the whole episode for me. They both do a really good job. As good as the guy doing an android can do, but it's actually a really powerful scene. So overall, decent episode. I felt like a lot of padding to get that hour runtime. I don't know why they were doing that. They're on Hulu now, so you think time wouldn't matter as much, especially when the Marvel and Star Wars shows are clocking at like 35, 40 minutes. They're not padding much, so give them that much at least. But, if you've been watching Orville, there's no problem. I'd say continue with it. If you haven't watched it much, maybe pop on here. It might be good. Just be prepared to, kind of wade through the episode. Wait till the end. The end makes it worth it with what happens at the end. So, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, interesting.
That's it. I love Star Trek again, Andy. Some of it. It feels good.
It's like you're my child, Jason, and you're at the top of a really tall slide, and you're so happy, and you're getting ready to go down the slide, and I'm just sitting there going, "Please don't fall off the slide."
Yep. And
please don't fall off the slide, Jason.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm too tired. I don't want to have to take you to hospital again.
I try to be apprehensive, but like I said, I started one episode. 4 hours later, I was done. That's for me. That says something.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad, but I'm worried for you. But hopefully it won't disappoint.
Oh, don't worry. You will be watching this one way or the other. If I think it stays good, you're watching it. So we'll find a way.
Okay. All right. Fair play. Wow. Have you not bought anything recently?
No, just the stuff that came in. I think those Gundams have been on pre-orders for like 6 months.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
wow.
Windblade,
Okay,
Windblade, I think was like a year. It took her a long time to come in.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had her on pre-order for a while. I'm surprised it took... No, well, she went into your pile of loot, didn't she? That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
but she's
but
been out for a bit at this point now as well.
It was still like March when she was doing like November of last year. She was very delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Shall I talk about what I've done this week?
I mean, I don't think anyone cares, but sure, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
well,
kidding.
I mean,
I'm
you're
kidding.
You're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Well, I've been going through more Stargate SG-1, so I've been pushing on with that. I've done. I'm on to season 2 now.
Thank God.
I'm not going to say too much more about Stargate SG-1 because I recorded as of yesterday. I recorded a Patreon episode. So what I'm going to do each month, well, for at least 10 months, whether those are consistent months or whatever it is, I'm going to talk about each of the series of Stargate as I go through them. So I recorded season 1 and gave my thoughts on each episode very briefly because there's 22 episodes per season. And then my overall thoughts. I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. So yeah. So I'll be doing that, and I've been doing more of that. And yeah, Stargate's still fun, still enjoyed. Did you watch Stargate, Jason? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. No, I watched not all. I wouldn't say all of it, but I've watched 95% of the episodes.
Yeah, I'm sure I've watched probably all of it at one point, but I haven't seen it since it was on syndication for Sky One, and that was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd like to. It's nice to kind of revisit it. I didn't realize that it came out in like 1998 either. So it started a long time ago.
Yeah.
It only came out like no, it was 97. It actually the first episode came out in like 97. I found out, which was only 3 years after the movie came out. Which again, I thought they were much further apart. They weren't really.
No, not really.
Yeah. Apart from that, I got a box in finally from Ami. It took ages to get in. But it was 2 mini plat kits. One is for Grand Bird, who combines with Firebird. I haven't actually combined them yet, but I have built him. Both of them super mini plat. And the other one is the alligator, the wolf, and the hammerhead shark from Power Rangers Wild Force, or Gal Ranger. So I'll put them together, and they're both really fun. They have the problem of when you're building super mini plat, sometimes when you're pushing certain joints together, sometimes because they're quite small and they're really tight to get into some joints, you end up with giant gaping red holes in your fingers just because of how hard you're having to push these parts together. And you're going, am I weak? No, it is my flesh that is weak as it gives under the pressure of these tiny plastic parts. And that's the thing. If they're really small plastic parts, it makes them way harder to do because you're trying to be careful and not make them explode.
Yep.
But yeah, as ever, I really like Super Mini Pla. It's probably my favorite line. We found out recently they're going to be doing a Might Gain, so that's another Brave series robot I need to do. Yeah, that's. I think that's pretty much been it. I've just been playing Monster Hunter on stream or Monster Hunter Rise, and now I'm going back over to Monster Hunter World because I think until Sunbreak comes out, which is the 30th this month, I wanted to play something Monster Hunter-y, and it would just be grinding. I think at this point in Rise, I'm like, I'll put that on the back burner for the moment and wait until Sunbreak comes out and just play World because World's technically better. I've been doing a lot of that with Daddy. On my Twitch channel, Daddy being one of my moderators, and I got V Rising as well, which is a game like Valheim, a survival game like Ark. I'm trying to give you many examples. Think of it as well visually like Diablo, top-down game where you go around, you build up your vampire base, and you get stronger. You make your vampire castle. You can play it multiplayer, or you can play it on your own. I've just been doing it on my own, and it's one of those things where it takes a lot of wood and stone to make things. It takes a lot. But it's fun. But it is a big sink. At some point, me and Jason are meant to play it together.
Yep.
And I'm sure the process of making the castle will take less time because there will be 2 of us doing resource gathering, as I'm sure we'd probably like to share a castle rather than do 2 separate castles, because otherwise I'd just have to be telling Jason from afar, like, this is how you build a castle, and he'd be like, what? I'd be like, fuck, I'll come over to yours and do it. Jesus.
Or you just build one and I kill you and take it over. I can kill you, right?
Not if we're on the same team.
Okay, so not gonna be on the same team. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, good luck to you. They've got a cool thing for line of sight. So if you're behind a tree, you can see the world behind you, but if there are any things behind the tree that you wouldn't naturally be able to see, you can't see it until you go from around the tree.
Oh, okay.
Now, obviously, the computer's a bit more shitty about it, obviously, but if you want to like do multiplayer ambush shit, it's not a bad idea. But yeah, it's fun. There's not a huge amount of customization. It is very early beta-y kind of beta-y game. Or beta testing, whatever that means in this day and age of Steam. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. You know?
Do we need
I'm enjoying it.
We're gonna need a server to play, right?
Yeah, you can just make a server.
Oh, don't worry, I've already I have both our Minecraft and Valheim servers up permanently now, so I can do that with V Rising.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean if you want to make one for V Rising, we can do that as well. Then when because I play, how many hours have I sunk into it? Where's V Rising? What does V Rising start with?
4.
I've played 11 hours of it so far.
Okay.
Not a huge amount of time, but a lot of that was you gain levels by crafting better equipment. So you get strong obviously by making better equipment, and you get better equipment by going off into the world and finding unique resources and all that kind of jazz. It's good. It's fun. I like the theme a lot more than Valheim as well. Valheim, Vikings, yeah, it's okay. But vampires, undead things? That's me! I like that. Unfortunately, it's got... maybe not unfortunately, but the game does have some, like... Oh, you want to buy some cooler cosmetic things? You can buy them. There's only 2 packs you can get at the moment. There's a Dracula's Relic pack and a Founders Edition Eldest Bloodline. The Eldest Bloodline is £23, which is quite extreme, and the Dracula Relic pack is £17.19. £7.19. Again, obviously not necessary things, but they are just like, hey, do you want... let's have a look at do you want cooler carpets and lights and just fancy floors? It's like, yeah, kinda. Well, you're gonna have to spend a bit more money for them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The Dracula Relic pack contains the Immortal King Drake's Cape and Mantle. Oh, Drape, Cloak, and Mantle. The Immortal King's Great Helm. The Royal Coffin. The Royal Throne. The Royal Pattern Stone Floor. The Royal Castle Door. The Interior Royal Wall Wallpaper. The Interior Royal Wall Pillar Wallpaper. The Exterior Wallpaper. Walls Wallpaper. The exterior royal walls pillar wallpaper. Glass windows, red and black. Glass windows, royal black and red. Royal carpets. I've seen the word. Royal doesn't look like it's spelt right. Royal. That's royal, right?
Yeah.
Why? That doesn't look... I've seen the word royal too much. It doesn't look like it's a word anymore.
You just said it 18,000 times. I'm not surprised.
The royal braziers with orange, blue, green, red, white, yellow, and purple flames. So, like I say, cosmetic stuff that you don't need, but if you want to pay for it, you can do. It's early access. Now, the game itself is £15, so it's not too bad.
No.
I say it's worth it.
Okay.
I say it's
well, I kind of have to pick it up anyways.
I've played. Yeah,
but
you do now because he told me I had to buy it so we could play together.
I tell you no such things. You make these decisions
you said if
on
you
your
don't
own.
Play with me. No, you said if you don't play with me on it, you'll kill me. And I was like, wow, that's a bit extreme.
You have no evidence. Didn't happen. No evidence.
I think it happened. I'm almost 3% sure that it happened, and that's more than 90% sure.
Yes. What? Who? Where am I?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mr. Jason, we're not going to do any questions this week because obviously Mikey's not here. But Christoph, I did see your comments on the Facebook page, so thank you for that. If there are any questions, keep filtering them through, send them to Mikey and all that jazz, and we'll answer them when he comes back tomorrow. If you like, send him mean messages saying, why is he lazy and why does he need to sleep? Is he a wuss? Ha ha ha. So, Mr. Jason, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
I mean, I'm on Twitter sometimes, Jason S. Kirk. At Jason S. Kirk. I'll probably be tweeting out my thoughts on Stranger World now that I've actually officially told them to Andy. But as far
because I saw that I think I saw you put up a post that says you weren't going to talk about it. until you saw more.
And-
And you said that like a few days ago, I guess?
I said that last night before I went down and watched 2 more episodes.
Oh my god, okay, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
like
there
I
you
said, I thought I could stop. I couldn't stop. But you can also find me when I stream next at twitch.tv/DecayedAndy, because I don't know when I'm streaming again next, but when I do, it'll be with Andy. So go watch him
Yay.
and you'll find me.
That's true, hopefully.
It will. It is.
You sure?
Yes. As soon as we're done recording and my computer fans won't spin up and add noise to the recording, I'm gonna buy it on Steam. So yes, for sure.
Ooh, okay, all right. Well, you can find me on Twitch, as Jason said, as Decayed Andy, on YouTube as Decayed Andy, the gross decaying corpse, not the 10 years era Decayed. You can find us on the Moonbase 2 forums, so on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, and YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can head over to patreon.com and do $2 each month, and you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2. And you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about more transformery things in more detail, or non-transformery things in more detail. That's something I did this week. I put up Mikey's conversation about Jurassic World. Mikey still thinks Jurassic World isn't basically just generic current day sludge. And I'm glad he doesn't think that, but it is. It's just Jurassic World is just Jurassic Park, just not as good.
It was me personally, I think that and Force Awakens were 2 soft reboots that were actually good. Everything since then has been pretty much garbage. But I every time I watch Jurassic World, I think I shouldn't like this movie as much as I do, but it's a lot of goddamn fun. So. It does have that going for it.
If you find it fun, that's completely fine.
Yeah,
I don't think it's good, but if you find it
not as good as the first Jurassic Park, that's an all-time classic movie. But it has its moments. It's definitely I definitely enjoy watching it back again and again.
Sure. All right. And you can find us on the ccbunker.weebly.com if you want to go that way as well. Thank you, Mr. Jason, again for filling in for young stinky Mikey, who never has a shower.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad I could save you from the smell. Although you don't have a nose, so what? You can't smell.
That's true. No need to point it out, though. So until next week, everybody, thank you for joining us as well, and we will catch you next time.
You are now leaving Moonbase